I'm struggling a little bit. Van life is definitely a bit harder than I thought it was going to be. I don't think I was fully prepared for the added mental load of constantly having to make sure you have enough power, make sure you have enough water, make sure your pee jug isn't too full. And I have a cat with me, so making sure that he's a good temperature, making sure that he gets enough walks. It's just like an added mental stress on top of everything else, you know, that one could be stressed out about in today's current world. Okay. I think I had this idea of van life that it was, you know, parking with these amazing views and taking your cat on little canoe rides with little life jackets, and everything was just going to be amazing. And it is amazing. I mean, this is where I parked last night, and I get to take my cat on a little morning walk. But yesterday I drove 45 minutes to a Planet Fitness, even though there was one 10 minutes away from me, just so I could charge my power station from my alternator while I was driving. And so me and Cannoli could sit in the air conditioning for a few hours during the hottest part of the day. It's set to get a little bit cooler after today, so I think things are going to be a lot more manageable.
Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze, love moving through me like a wildfire, like a wildfire.
There is another really popular hike called Cadillac Mountain, and that one is really popular at sunrise. I think they say that it's one of the first places you see the sunrise in the United States. I think that's what it is. But to do that one, I would have to leave here at 3:30 a.m. So I'm debating. I think I'm gonna make some tea, get cozy, maybe watch a movie, and take a little nap, and then see how I feel at 3:30. Master the unknown by knowing your deep self. I guess I'm not going hiking. I did not go on the hike last night. I woke up at 3 a.m. and it was pouring rain, which I wasn't expecting, and I had left a bunch of stuff outside the van at the campground. I'm happy that it was raining when I woke up and it didn't start raining once I was already on the hike. I drove to the west side of the island, which someone told me is a lot less crowded, and I'm on a hike right now, and I've only seen 2 other people, and I've been on it for like 2 hours. I do still want to do that sunrise hike. It does sound beautiful.
Never the same. Never you calling my name. I'm taking my sweet time. Hey, whatever the plan, I know I'm holding the best of me out of my hand.
Oh, let's go hiking. I wore my hiking clothes to bed and made coffee before I went to sleep so that I would be prepared. It's almost 5 a.m. I think I have like half a mile left. It's beautiful. I'm tired, for sure. Almost there. I'm on the descent now from the summit. The down is definitely harder for me always than the up. I have an old knee injury that always has feelings when I'm going down. I'm such a night owl that I rarely see the sunrise, and if I do, it's because I've just been up since the night before. Back in the van. I need a shower really badly. It is Wednesday. I think the last time I took a shower was Sunday, so onward to Planet Fitness. Oh, I just showered for the first time in 3 days. It was glorious. So early, it's like noon, and I feel like I have lived 1,000 lives already today. I don't know what to do now. The other thing that's really taken me by surprise is how expensive van life is. I was thinking it was going to be so cheap. I don't have to pay for rent. I don't have to pay utilities, but it's a lot more expensive than I thought. And so I wrote down everything I spent in the last 2 weeks because I wanted to know exactly how much it was. In 2 weeks, I've spent $353 on groceries, and that includes food for my cat as well. I spent $260 on gas, $11 on coffee, miscellaneous van things like I had to buy some storage containers, this drying rack, a hatchet, and like a bunch of other random things was $167. On campgrounds, I spent $48. Easy Pass was $17. I have a small storage unit back in New York City. That was $53. I have an IRA account that automatically takes $25 out of my account every week, so that was $50. There was one day it was really hot. It was 90 degrees, and it was just way too hot in here for my cat, so I got a hotel. That was $141. I still owe some money for the van build, so interest on that was $88. And then a bunch of other miscellaneous things like $5 for laundry, $22 for a museum, $20 for a boat rental, $7 for ice cream, $4 for parking, and then $80 for the National Parks Pass. And all of that together was $138. So total for 2 weeks, I've spent $1,324. So it's definitely been a little bit more expensive than I thought, especially because I always live quite frugally. I always live quite frugally. Back in New York, I had 3 roommates, so my rent was pretty cheap. I took the subway mostly everywhere. I never ate out. So it seems like it's gonna be probably the same that I'm spending, not really saving that much money. That's definitely another thing that I've had to come to terms with. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And I think life is always gonna be hard in some way, and it's just a matter of picking what hard you want. Is the hard thing that I'm living with 3 roommates in a cockroach-infested apartment in Brooklyn? Or is it that I'm spending my money on gas and I have to find a place to empty my pee every day? Good morning from a casino parking lot. Something else that can sometimes be a struggle is just finding a place to park at night. The night before last, I stayed outside of my friend's mom's house in Portland, Maine. But now I'm a little bit outside of the city, and I was finding it hard to find a place to sleep last night. And I'm trying to save money now, so I want to avoid campgrounds. And I use this app called iOverlander where people will write reviews of different places that they sleep. And at first, yesterday, I went to the parking lot of this trailhead. But when I got there, it said that it closed at dusk, and it was also quite on a slant. And I've discovered that it's very uncomfortable to sleep on a slant. So I ended up driving 30 minutes to this parking lot. It's not the most scenic, and there's definitely quite a bit of road noise this morning. You gotta take what you get, right? When I was at the trailhead yesterday, I went on a little hike, and these trails were just lined with bush after bush of blackberries. I got so many. This is not even half of what I got. They're so good. I think that for so long I had been dreaming about van life and then building out this van for 13 months that I had all of this a little bit on a pedestal in my mind. And I was thinking that, you know, once I have this thing, once I hit the road, everything is going to be amazing. And that's not how life works, right? You can't base all of your happiness on something external. It turns out you can't just pack your whole life up in a van and drive away from all of the problems. But I think that I'm finally in a place where things feel manageable. I'm starting to get into just the routine and the habits of everything. I mean, what do they say? It's not the destination, it's the journey, right? Something corny like that.